So the first thing they're going to tell you that I hear out there all the time is that fat loss, even a lot of my peers say this consistently, they think fat loss is all about just a caloric deficit. And I'm going to tell you it's absolute crap. It's wrong. There's a lot more to it than that, and it's a lot of what people are missing out on, right? And so a lot of these, personal trainers or whatever they are telling you to just be in a caloric deficit and kind of eat whatever you want. They use this flexible dieting theory, like, right, where you can just kind of eat whatever you want all the time, and it doesn't really work that well. It might cause you to have some fat loss for a little while, but you're going to quickly hit a plateau, right? So what it really takes is actually eating the right foods the right ways, paired the right way. So you're getting enough protein all the time, but you're also getting the right amount of carbs and the right amount of fats at the right times and not combining them incorrectly. If you combine them wrong, you're actually going to increase fat loss by having them at the same time. And most people don't teach you how to properly separate these when needed and get the right amount at the right time and combine them correctly in order to have more fat loss and have it faster and have it stay off and learn a lifestyle that's going to make it consistent for you, so you don't have to keep going back to them time after time after time, keep going through all these failed programs. You can go to one program, learn too much fat in your system at the same time, it's likely to store all that as fat also. So there are those corrections that we can make, right, and make it so if you just switch how you're doing it and don't just focus on a caloric deficit, but the right foods, the right amount of macronutrients at the same right times, that helps, right? And the thing is, the next part is a lot of people also say, I'm talking about macronutrients and your macros right now, right? So the big thing out there is they like to say that you've got to count your macros or count your calories and all this kind of stuff. Well, guess what? Once again, on number 2 here, they're wrong. You don't have to do that. And I've got people actually getting better results faster with an easier, more simple method, right? Where they don't have to count or track. They just eat the foods, right? They just follow a map, and they know exactly what to eat, when to eat it, how to combine it, all this kind of stuff on autopilot, so they don't have to think about it. They're not sitting there in the restaurant trying to calculate calories and punch it all into their phone, right? Isn't that obnoxious? I know I don't want to have to do that. I won't do it. I never have. And, in my 40s, I've still managed to get a six-pack, right? So it can be done in a much simpler way. You can use a much more simple method that's with you all the time, so you always know exactly how much to eat of which foods, right? And it's as simple as using your hand to do it. So, and we've got a specific method with that we use and teach our clients so they know exactly how all the time, no matter where they go, in a restaurant, out of a restaurant, and they're not sitting here counting, tracking, weighing food, all that kind of crap. You don't need to do that. You don't even have to calculate your macros. You can follow just a system that's got it planned out for you that is actually more efficient and requires less work on your part to get better results. So that's number 2, right? So number 1, right, was that you don't necessarily just have to be in a caloric deficit. You got to know how to combine your foods to manipulate your hormones into fat burning.